I'm Vicki from Me Time, and today I'm going to teach you in this tutorial how to make the piece nesting bowls from the Hoop Studio subscription. If you're new to Me Time, we deliver complete machine embroidery experience right to your door. You can find more about us at metimedeliver.com. Before we start, I want to tell you why I love this month's box. So first, you get so many materials. You get enough shapeform to make both of these bowls that come in 2 sizes. We also have beautiful fabrics showcasing Poppie Cotton and other amazing fabrics as well with coordinating colors. You will also get this bonus thread color, which will come in different colors for everyone, but we love glide thread color, and this is why we wanted to include it in your kit. Here at Me Time in Kimberbell, we use it so much, and because it comes in so many different colors, it is very good quality, so it will hold friction very well, and at the same time, it's easy to put away once you're done. The last thing I want to say is how can we use these amazing piece nesting bowls? So one, of course, decoration, they're beautiful. But at the same time, they are great for organizing. I actually have one on my desk at work, and I put in there my thread colors, for example. So for a sewing room, it's great. They are also great giftable items because you can put different items inside of them and just give it as a complete gift. And you can also have them at the entrance of your house on a table to put your keys or different items that you have. They're just great, and they can be used in so many different ways. Here's a photo that shows the instructions, fabrics, shapeform, bonus thread, and envelope from this month's kit. Here are the 3 feature fabrics in this kit. This one is Berry Thicket White by Poppie Cotton. Aren't those colors so great? For the darker fabric, we have Floret Navy by Rayleigh Blake. And the last fabric, Dancing Leaves Lilac from Art Gallery. To begin this project, I already completed part 1 by embroidering the bowl bottom. I also pre-cut the pieces for part 2. I added fusible backing to my light color fabrics and back pieces, and I also hooped the wash-away stabilizer and loaded the embroidery file into the machine. Now, I am on page 5, instruction step 3, which is stitching the base placement line using a neutral thread color. Place one of the base shapeform interfacing pieces covering the placement line and tape in place. For machine step 2, stitch the base tack down line in a neutral thread color. Remove the tape. Trim the shapeform close to the stitch line. The fresh technique for this kit is piecing in the hoop. This technique gives this project a cute patchwork look. The great thing about piecing in your embroidery hoop is that you get perfect points and everything lines up exactly. It's amazing how switching around the fabrics and fabric placements can create a completely different look. Now let's get back into the instructions. We're on page 5, instruction step 7. For machine step 3, stitch the piecing template. I chose the periwinkle fabric for piece 1. Place the piece 1 fabric right side up, covering section 1. Stitch the trimming and placement line for machine step 4. Trim the fabric close to the stitch line. I chose to follow the instructions and use the Berry Thicket fabric for piece 2. Place piece 2 fabric right side down, centered along the stitch line. For machine step 5, stitch the seam using a neutral thread color. Flip the fabric right side up. Press well with an iron or finger press and add a little piece of paper tape to hold it in place. For machine step 6, stitch the trimming line, and this is also your placement line. Trim the fabric close to the stitch line. Now, I'm going to grab this cute little yellow flower for piece 3. Place it right side down, centered along the stitch line. For machine step 7, stitch the seam using a neutral thread color. Flip the fabric right side up and press well or finger press and tape in place. For machine step 8, stitch the piecing tack down line. Switch your thread to the color you want for the quilting. I am using the cream color. Then stitch the quilting detail. Turn the hoop to the back. Place back fabric right side up, centered over the tack down line, and tape the corners in place. Using the thread of your choice, stitch the back tack down line. I'm using a cream color. Turn the hoop to the back, remove all the tape, and trim the fabric close to the stitch line. Turn the hoop to the front. Trim the fabric close to the stitch line. Change the bobbin thread to match the top thread. Stitch the side satin outline. Change the bobbin thread back to a neutral color. Remove the project from the hoop and trim the excess stabilizer around 1/8 of an inch from the stitch line. Carefully remove the remaining stabilizer with a wet cotton swab. To avoid watermarks, trace the cotton swab along the satin stitching only. Do not allow the fabric to get wet. Now repeat for the other 4 sides. Another tip is that if you have a bigger hoop, for example an 8x12, you can choose multiple sides. Instead of having to make one side at a time, you can go ahead and choose your side and you will move it to one of the upper corners of your embroidery area. And instead of clicking immediately embroidery, I am going to add another side file to my stitching. Now I would have 2. If I want to add more, I could as well do that. That would all depend on the size of the hoop that my machine can do. But this is a great way of making multiple sides at once instead of having to do one at a time. Okay, we are ready for part 3, sewing the ball together. Now that you have all of your side pieces and your centerpiece, it's up to your creativity how you want to put together this ball. This is another reason why I love this project. For example, if I want to put all of the Poppie Cotton fabrics as a triangle and build an amazing star, I could just rearrange my sides for it to look this way. Another idea is that if you want your piecing not being shown on the inside, like we did it, you could also have the piecing on the outside, which means that your floret would be on the inside. And this is really up to you how you want to do it. But for the sake of this tutorial and how our photo shoots are done, I'm going to show you how to make it in this way. First, you're going to place the ball center right side up. You're going to orient the 5-piece sides right side up. Align one side of the ball center and one piece side. Using a zigzag stitch, sew the pieces together. Be sure to backstitch at the beginning and end of stitching. The zigzag size we suggest is around 1.4 millimeters long and 3.5 millimeters wide. Repeat with the remaining 4-piece sides. Now we're going to sew the sides together. Fold the project in half, aligning the right side of 2 adjacent pieced sides. Using again a zigzag stitch, sew along the edge. One will go inside the stitches and the other one will go off the edge. Repeat until all the sides are sewn together. And now here's the completed project. Once you have finished your ball, you can also shape these pointy corners at the top. So what you can do is actually take the pointy corners and just hold them down like this for around 30 seconds. So that then at the end, your ball will have a curved shape at the top. You can go ahead and do that with all of your 5 sides. Just because you stayed until the end, I will give you a special tip. If you have a machine that makes a lot of knots at the back of the hoop or that struggles sometimes with tension, you can use 2 layers of our wash away stabilizer instead of 1. This will help your stitch out by avoiding making holes in your stabilizer. I hope you enjoyed making these balls. Please share with us on the community or in the YouTube comments your creations. I would love to see what amazing ideas you come up with and different fabric combinations. Who knows, right? So we would love to see that, and please go and enjoy some well-deserved me time.